All right, everyone, we made it. Prenda Cup Championship time is back at the Driscoll Arena here in Fall River, Massachusetts. A first ever Prenda Cup meeting between these two squads, as in the 2025 final, the Taunton Tigers will take on the co-op of Diman, Durfee, and Westport. We thank you for joining us on any of our feeds, including our YouTube live stream tonight. I'm Keegan Hamblett on commentary. Brian Moniz is the man running our camera. Both of these teams in round one on Wednesday night both earned dominant results to earn their spot here in the championship game tonight. The Taunton Tigers defeated the Somerset Berkeley Raiders 6-2. The Diman Durfee Westport Co-op defeated the Apponequet Old Colony Co-op 7-2. There's a lot on the line, especially for the Taunton side. It's only their second time being in the Prenda Cup tournament. They're going to try to get to 2-2. With their win last year and trying to get it again this year. For the Tigers too, if they win tonight, their head coach Chris Mattia becomes the program's all-time winningest coach. The Diman Durfee Westport side, they're looking to win their second Prenda Cup in 3 years. The co-op is in black, Taunton's in white, here we go. The co-op controls first, right on frame to Luke Pellerin. Steered off to the side, a nice hit as Brouillard was trying to find some space. Walked down in the middle off the stick of Noah Bloom. Backhand in deep, played across to the left side. Looking to find Brouillard again, a little bit too far. Going back to retrieve it is Gavin Peters, the junior defender, who had an assist in that round one game, and he's hauled down right in the mix. LaChance is going to back off as the co-op enters in again. Shot attempt will go wide of the frame. Bloom and Nato can't win the race to the puck. That's Devin Carrera with it, leaves it in the middle. Carrera will pick it up again, gets it away to the captain, Matt Almeida, off the skate of Pellerin. Bloom finds it, Brouillard picks it up into the middle. Still held in into the zone. Drew Nato will walk it out though. As he gets to the red line, gets it by Peters. Controlling it will be the senior defender, RJ Leach. Brouillard down the ice. Here comes Braden LaChance, trying to work his way against Caleb Feria, who had a 5-point night in round one, 3 goals, 2 assists. On the counter, it's Jacob Pereira for the Tigers. Pereira steps in, will dump one on frame, it's steered away. Follow-up out in front, wasn't there. Here comes another counter, starting up on the left side. Backhand across, wouldn't go. Feria started the rush up, tried to find Gauthier. Dangerous pass over the middle, works to Jacob Matos. Matos will send it down. Popped in front, controlled cleanly though by Ethan Mello. Came in front again, the co-op will get it clear down the ice. Will it be on frame to Pellerin? Yes, it will. He is gonna stick it away dangerously as Jesse Costa was applying the pressure. Sent back down the ice, here's Owen Vernon. Vernon circles his way against Xander Doherty. Picked up in neutral ice by the Tigers. Matos will send it down. Not cleared out of the zone. Here's Johnson. Shot is blocked and he falls down to the ice. Johnson earned the Shovel Award for his efforts in the round one game. It's an award that the Taunton Tigers give away to their player of the game as that puck is deflected and it goes out of play. Let's meet our starting goalies on both sides. We already mentioned Luke Pellerin saved 18 out of 20 in the round one game against Somerset Berkeley. Trent Souza, you know him, you might have seen him before. 23 out of 25 on Wednesday. His name went down in Prenda Cup lore 2 years ago when he saved 49 out of 52 shots and stood his ground his second ever game. It was in a shootout win over Somerset Berkeley. Puck is played behind Souza's net. There's a fantastic crowd here in Fall River. Definitely more in favor of the Diman Durfee Westport side. Backhand attempt by Nato won't go out of the zone. Brouillard with a nice hit in open ice. Here comes Jamie Valarelli stepping up for the Tigers. The captain sends it into the mix. Simmons couldn't connect. Jamie Valarelli, 2 goals, 2 assists in the round one game. Here's LaChance stepping up. Shot is blocked. Went off of RJ Leach. LaChance trying to get back to it. There's a circle in the area. Will pop out of the zone down the ice. Ty Nato right side. Valarelli having some trouble, just shoves down a man. Heavy collision by Feria. Drew Nato almost turned it over right in the mix. Jesse Costa applying that pressure. The co-op will hold it in. Short side goes high. Held in at the point, sent down. Noah Bloom will take over for the Tigers. Gets it away to Valarelli. Costa holds it in the zone. Brouillard got a stick down in the middle of the area as well. Here comes Valarelli up the ice on the left side. Cuts it back, circles around. Valarelli still going with it. Backhand into the middle, not there. Here comes the follow-up. Shot is blocked as it went through. A third try is saved by Souza. Here comes Bloom on the left side, looking to dump it in. It went by the stick of Drew Nato. Another heavy hit right in front of the fans. Pellerin will glove it and will leave it for Bloom. Cross ice off of Nato, stick down by the co-op. Chance here, and it goes off the skate of Costa and wide. Costa trying to hold it. Tyler Camara coming in to help. At the blue line, shot goes wide on the left side. Jason Cashman can't get it out. Second effort will though by Braden Simmons. Some trouble on the puck with Owen Vernon. Matos trying to step in to help. Every hit, every play that you're going to see tonight, you're going to hear a big round of applause by all of these fans that are here. You got a shaken up Tiger on the play. They're going to play on, says the referee. Now they're going to blow it dead. And down the ice was the sophomore Van Wilson. We're going to have a stoppage with 9:58 to go in the first period. Let's meet our head coaches while we have a second. Chris Mattia, 40 years old for the Tigers, 15th season, 133, 149, and 18 is his career record. He's a former captain and defenseman for the Taunton High School hockey program. Now he's a food and nutrition teacher at Taunton High School. We already mentioned he's going to break the all-time win record if he wins tonight. Steve Matthews, the coach from 72 to 85, holds that record. John Knepp, first season, won his first game, age 55 for the co-op, replaced Mark O'Connor after a 5-season stint. He was the assistant coach for the team last season, now works as a technology support technician at Westport Community Schools. And they're going to call for the face-off over here on the right side of Pellerin. Luke Pellerin taking over the starting job in goal for Cam Thomas-Schicke, first Taunton Tiger goalie to record 2,000 saves. Graduated last year. Dunderdale will get it up the ice, and a burst of steam here for Xander Doherty. Doherty backhand across, couldn't connect with Braden Smith. Puck stays in the zone as Dunderdale sends it in. That's Mello trying to get it out, and he does. Bloom holds it up right side, gets it away to the left, nobody home in white. A stumble at the line, it's offside as Vernon was trying to walk forward. The networks we are on tonight, Taunton Community Access and Media, channels 15 and 22. We're also on Fall River Educational TV and Sports. We're live on my broadcasting YouTube channel. I want to thank Kim Murphy from TCAM TV and Evan Massoud from Fred TV. The opportunity to broadcast this game as in comes Braden Smith on the right side. Shoots it, it's covered by Trent Souza. Face off on the left side of Souza. The Tigers win it. Valarelli couldn't step forward with it. Gets it back out to the point. Here's Cashman. Feeds it across to the left side. Bloom holding up. Will backhand it down. Too far for Nato. Simmons trying to get it back to Nato. Wasn't there. Almeida helped get it away. The arm coming up. Looks like we're going to have a penalty coming up. And there it is. A touch by the Tigers. It's going to be a co-op power play. Let's see who they got going to the box. And maybe not. Maybe there's not a penalty. I'm still trying to figure it out. 4 Tigers are out there. There really wasn't a clear signal of what happened. No, they put it on the board. They're going to call a penalty. That's what we figured. Looks like it's going to be Braden Simmons, the junior forward, going to the box. The round 1 game, he had a goal and 2 assists. And he is not happy, slamming a stick right into that box. First power play chance to the Cobb. Face off right side of Pellerin. On the draw, you got Almeida and Valarelli. Valarelli wins it. LaChance takes it. Nice hit by Almeida. Springs free off to the side in front, cut off and sent down by Mason Johnson. Souza's going to leave it for Gavin Peters to take it. Rush starts up on the left side, never connected with Faria. Here's LaChance, away on the left. Nato trying to find it. Fished out by Brouillard. Vernon finds some space. Vernon never got the shot away. Lost in the skate. Drew Nato will send it down. Drew Nato scored the tying goal, tied it up at 1-1 in the Prenda final last year. We'll see what he can do in this year's final as Valarelli finds it, sends it into the middle. Redirection. Souza got a piece of it, ends up behind. Valarelli now trying to get back to it as he slams down a man. Another burst of steam halfway through the power play, right side in the middle. Shot wouldn't go. Loose on the side, sent out of play. What a chance. It was Caleb Faria, the sophomore, who had a wide open look as Pellerin was drifting to his right. Battle of the 12s, Moniz and Almeida this time on the draw. Moniz wins it, comes back out to the point. Brouillard looking for options. Brouillard spun down by LaChance. LaChance able to get it out of the zone. Here comes Moniz. Logan Moniz in on a break. Deeks and scores! Logan Moniz, the sophomore, puts Taunton in front. .712 the time of the goal for Logan Moniz. First point of the season for him. And a shorthanded goal to boot, and the Taunton Tigers have the lead in the Prenda Cup. The Co-op still stays on the man advantage for another 30 seconds. Moniz finds the puck again, trickle behind him, and now you got another penalty coming up for the hit on Moniz. Cross check is the call. We're going 4-on-4. Another big opportunity. Got to be careful in these 23 seconds that you don't ice the puck. You send it down 4-on-4. It's an icing. Here comes a chance here for the Co-op. Left side in the middle, put wide. Chance ain't done yet. Here comes the follow-up. What a hit by Valarelli on Almeida, and they got another penalty coming up for elbowing. Valarelli shaking his head as he goes to the box. The last 2 Prenda Cup finals have been decided by 1 goal. And these 2 teams were the winners in 23 and 24. 4-on-3 for just a couple of seconds. A drift on the left side. Running down behind, that's Peters. Peters gets a step in front of LaChance. Peters trying to find Brouillard, not there. Simmons got a stick. Brouillard now attacking the body and not the puck. Almeida leaves it, shot goes just wide. Follow-up sent down by Costa. Almeida trying to find it, getting a step in front of Simmons. Ends back up at the point. In between three players. Here's LaChance, who's gonna loft it down. A bouncing puck. Will not be an icing. Souza didn't know that it was gonna be an icing because we're in 4-4. Here's Noah Bloom, will send it down that time off a helmet. Picked up by Braden Simmons. Simmons shoots it wide. Drew Nato gets it back. Simmons looking to find it, pops behind him. Walked the other way, 6:10 to go in the first period. 1-0 Taunton on a short-handed goal by Logan Mendes. You always wonder, coming into these championship games, who will put their name in the history books. Last year, if you had to pick one, it was probably Caden Clancy, who scored with 2 minutes to go in the third period. That gave Taunton the win. No doubt about it, 2 years ago, it was Trent Souza. Left in the middle, shot got blocked, and it went wide. Went off of LaChance as Gauthier took it. There's Feria going to retrieve it. Doherty applies the pressure, will back off. One penalty is about to expire, 17-second difference between these penalties. That was Ferry, with the backhand. At the point, blockered away by Pellerin. Rebound will go to Peters and will come out of the zone off of Doherty. We are back to even strength. Here comes a step up, maybe a 2-on-1. Backhand across, and not getting the shot away was Feria. And here comes Valarelli. Leaves it for a cross-ice pass. Here's Braden Smith. Tried to leave it for Doherty. Popped in the air. Shot attempt, wouldn't go. Souza held his ground. Bodies flying everywhere. Hits all around the ice. Valarelli put it high off the glass. Smith will leave it. Cashman gets it back to Smith, sticked away by Souza. Johnson, the follow-up, gets blocked and never went all the way through. Backhand will come out of the zone. Valarelli turned over. A run-up over the middle. Taking it back is Cashman. Another cross-ice pass. Valarelli put it wide. Jackson Dunderdale trying to step up, and here comes a counter by the Co-op. Left in the middle, shot not on frame again by Tyler Camara. Backhand comes around, we get another whistle. Let's see, it looks like we got matching penalties this time against Van Wilson and Jason Cashman. And they're gonna call for the face-off at center dot. There's a discussion with the coaches. They both elected to play 5-on-5. Puck goes by Brouillard around the boards. Pereira turned over, fed across, left side, shot, scores! Jacoby Brouillard ties it up! Jacoby Brouillard, who scored 10 goals last season, now has his second of this season. 10:58 is the time of the goal. Still held in, Brouillard feeds it across, and it got tipped off the stick of Bloom as he was trying to feed it to Devin Carrero. Valarelli leaves it behind for Bloom. Over to the right side, it's Johnson. Brouillard with a nice hit. Drew Nato looking to hold it. Tapped around a couple of times. There's Valarelli circling his way. Puck tied up in the referee's skate. Nato gets it away to Simmons behind the net. Simmons keeps the puck in front of him. Saved by Souza. He'll cover it up for a face-off. Trent Souza, one of two options in goal for the co-op side. The other one is Brian Marengo, who played 16 games last year and had an .885 save percentage. Off the referee again, found in front and won a go by Doherty. Doherty back to it, saved by Souza as he was trying to go post to post. And the net is off its pegs. We have a stoppage, 3:09 to go in the first period. Want to thank everybody who's tuning in on the live stream. 24 viewers at home right now. Keegan Hamblett on commentary, Brian Moniz on camera. Here comes a step up the other way, left behind. Feria gets back to a turnover. Here comes Jackson Dunderdale, who leaves it for Braden LaChance. Right side Doherty, but they're offside. It's a whiteout theme for the Diman, Durfee, and Westport students that are in attendance. A lot of the Taunton fans are lined up behind Trent Souza's net. Also right in front over here near us. Here's Owen Vernon looking for Caleb Feria, wasn't there. Dunderdale has to send it down behind the net. Here's Mello getting it away, turned over. Smith had a step in front. Doherty couldn't redirect it in. It went on frame though. Unofficially, that's save number 8. LaChance has it in his own defensive zone. Nice stick work by 2 that time. Got by Gauthier and the other man, and Feria. Shot rang off the post with the shot. LaChance trying to find it. He's decked down by Vernon. Dunderdale in front, not there. Nato looking to find it. Tapped off the boards. Not out of the zone. Doherty was there. Eventually finds the stick of Cam Gauthier, who leaves it in the middle with 2 minutes to go. Sent in just wide. Luke Pellerin, he's staying pretty stationary. Doesn't look like it's missing the net by much, but he seems comfortable enough that it's going wide. Costa can't hold it. Goes on to Souza, who will leave it for Peters. Peters too far for Leach, off the official again. Matos will send it down. Peters again leaving it off to his left side, receives it again. Matos still playing out the zone, got a shove in there. Backhand reach, kept it in. Peters gonna circle around, been trapped in a similar spot for about 30 seconds. Peters lost in the referee's skate again. Glove down by LaChance. LaChance trying to get a step. How many people did the co-op have on the ice? There's a whistle and a stoppage. It looks like that's what they're gonna call. Too many men on the ice. Saw one of the players that was trying to get off the ice. And with the puck going off of his skate, that's going to lead to a penalty. As Cam Gauthier, the sophomore who had 3 assists last season, had a goal in round 1, heads to the box. 51 seconds on the clock. Simmons battling against Peters. Almeida couldn't get it out. Nearly a turnover by Johnson. Almeida's backhand will go out of the zone. Noah Bloom sends it down behind Souza's net. Here is RJ Leach with it. Valarelli leaves it for Johnson. Johnson shot, saved, rebound, backhand want to go. The net's off its pegs. Nato had the chance back door. There's a 1 minute and 9 second difference between the game clock and the penalty clock. Johnson holds it in at the right point again, 20 to go. Feeds it across to the left side. Here's Bloom. Bloom looking to go to Nato. Nato, pass down behind. A circle move, Valarelli put it high off the boards. Will come out of the zone with 5. Valarelli goes to get it. That's all she wrote for the first period. All right, a fantastic start to this 2025 Prenda Cup final. Goal scorers, Logan Mendes for the Tigers, Jacoby Brouillard for the Co-op. 1-1 the score at the end of the first period. Shots on goal, 10 for Taunton and 7 for the Diman Durfee side. Now we're going to take a short break on all of our feeds. Live stream audience, we're going to mute the mic. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. Tape delay audience, we'll take a short break and we'll be right back right after this. All right, everyone, we're back here at the Driscoll Arena in Fall River, Massachusetts. About ready to start the second period in tonight's 2025 Prenda Cup Championship game between the co-op of Diman, Durfee, and Westport and the Taunton High School Tigers. 1-1 is the score through 15 minutes of play. We're gonna have a power play here to start this second period off. We thank you for tuning in on any of our feeds. We're on Taunton Community Access and Media TV channels 15 and 22, Fall River Educational TV and Sports, live on my broadcasting YouTube channel. Keegan Hamblett on commentary, Brian Moniz filling in on camera tonight. So the Taunton Tigers will have 1 minute and 9 seconds on the man advantage to start out period number 2. Taunton's in the white uniforms, the co-op's in black. Again, a first ever meeting between these two teams in a Prenda Cup tournament game. First ever in the final as well. Second period underway. It's chopped down the ice. Almeida giving some pressure against LaChance, and Brouillard will send it down. Here's Noah Bloom to pick it up. Bloom with a lot of ice in front of him, looking to go to the left side. There it is. Nato looking to feed it across, not there. Here's Bloom behind the net, kicked away. Here's Leach sending it around the boards by the skate of Braden LaChance. Almeida looking to get a step by Valarelli, a nice hop step on the ice. Here's LaChance. Dishes it to the right side. 25 seconds on the man advantage. Valarelli got in, left side, put it high. That was Drew Nato on that chance. Here's LaChance, over to Bloom, shoots it, saves Souza. Rebound goes to the stick of Valarelli, in front of Leach. Nato in front, couldn't connect. Valarelli's shot attempt was blocked. Brouillard will send it down the ice over the hand of LaChance. Almeida trying to beat Bloom to it, popped behind, the penalty's over. That's save number 10 now for Trent Souza in this one. Here's Braden Simmons off the netting and out of play. On the face-off this time, it's Doherty and Gauthier, left side of Souza. Doherty wins it, spinning his way at the point. Was Cashman. Now still tied up, walked away here by the co-op. Feria leaves it behind. Controlling it now is Costa. Costa over the middle, off the stick of Smith. Lofted down the ice, Gauthier trying to get a tap, almost fell in the middle for Costa. Doherty able to get it out, tapped forward by Mello. Nice hit. Mello retrieves it again at the red line, just gonna dump it in. Here's Jason Cashman, turned over Feria, saved, made by Pellerin. Down the ice, off a stick. Feria lost the stick against Dunderdale. Doherty trying to pop it in. Dunderdale couldn't get it all the way through, nearly another turnover. Smith now trying to find it. Somebody's stick is now broken on the ice. Costa makes the move by Dunderdale, trying to step up and move to that right side. Over the middle, too far for Feria. Here's Mendes. Mendes coming up the ice, holds at the edge of the circle, might have gotten a piece of Souza's blocker. Nice work. Johnson blocked. Almeida trying to get it up the ice, and he does. In the middle, it's Cashman. Cashman retreating behind. Will circle his way. Trying to find an open man in Pereira, it's not there. Finds the stick of Vernon, who shoots it, blocked. High up in the air, Vernon was waiting for it at the point. Off of his skate, still in the zone. Sent back down the ice. Will be an icing if it makes it all the way, and it will. Next game's coming up for both sides. The co-op will be in action back here at Driscoll on Monday, 5 o'clock, when they host Blue Hills. Taunton is going to be off for a week. Next game will be away 3 o'clock at Hopedale at the Blackstone Valley Iceplex. That's part of the Hopedale BVT tournament. Tie up off to the side, almost found the stick of Camara. Here comes Jamie Valarelli, who leaves it for Simmons. Simmons shot attempt blocked by Peters. Simmons trying to get back to it, he stumbled down to his feet. And here comes Tyler Camara with the puck. Camara enters the zone on the left side. Pressure by Ty Nato, just nudges him away. Out in front, might have gone a piece of Pellerin. Here's Peters on the follow-up, save. Rebound goes off to the side. There's a touch of penalties coming up against Taunton. Ty Nato, the sophomore defender, is going to the box. Valarelli against Almeida, the two captains. Power play chance to try to give the co-op the lead. Almost popped in, sticked away by Pellerin. Here's Bloom finding it. It'll go to Valarelli, who sends it all the way down the ice on a bouncing puck. Souza's gonna leave it short. Here's Peters, nice hit by Nato. How about Caleb Faria starting up on the right side, able to get it all the way to the blue line. Here's Brouillard onside, sticked away by LaChance. Faria gets it out to Gavin Peters. Peters on the backhand, away to the left side. Vernon will play it down low. Spinning his way was Faria. Almeida's waiting for it in front, it's sticked away by Nato. LaChance can't get on the puck. Peters waiting for it again at the blue line. A circle move, Faria shot attempt is saved by Pellerin. Rebound falls to Almeida, battling with LaChance. Vernon trying to help out. Valarelli finds it, will send it down the ice. Peters gonna leave it short halfway through the penalty. Almeida enters in. Here's Vernon shooting a glove save by Pellerin. These two sides have a little bit of history over the years. Two meetings in the post-COVID era, not including this one. They were both a part of the Taunton hockey tournament. Last meeting, Taunton won 2-1. In 2024, Durfee, Diman, Westport won 3-2. This is the first time these two teams are playing here at Driscoll. Those other games were at the Alexo Arena. Costa with a nice reach. Simmons knocked it away and it's sent down the ice. 9:40 to go in the second period. Still tied at 1 in the 2025 Prenda Cup final. Here's Gauthier up the ice. Gauthier pressure by Mendes. Here comes LaChance to help out. LaChance has the puck. Still circling his way to kill off more time. We'll backhand it. Johnson tried to get it out to neutral zone. Received a little bit of help. Didn't go as far as they wanted it to. That's Costa with the stick being raised by Johnson. Mendes leaves it for Johnson. We'll send it down the length of the ice off of a skate. Peters to the right side. Camara stepping in into the zone. We'll dump it in, looking for Vernon. Vernon on the backhand, can't get it by LaChance. Mendes for the Tigers, cuts into the middle. Maybe an odd man rush the other way as it's left on the right side. Shot is blocked. Matos tried to get it out in front, it wasn't there. This is Mendes. Mendes holding, avoided the big hit that was about to come from Leach, as Costa will send it in deep. Cashman now behind the net. Nice hit, in front, save, rebound knocked away. Follow-up chance when it goes, it got blocked. Walked out on the left side. Almost found Doherty. Countered the other way, here comes Camara. One-on-one for now. Tyler Camara nudged up high, taken down. And a penalty's coming up once again against Taunton. Mason Johnson going to the box. One of the more underrated players for this Tigers side. There is a reason why he got that shovel award, even though he didn't get on the scoring sheet at all. Whether it was a goal or an assist, he was just making plays with the puck all game long. The co-op wins the faceoff. Feria looks to play it off the boards, right into the circle. Puck will go down the ice. Here's Peters, who's been out there for a very long time. You're going to notice as we get towards the end of the third period, the exhaustion is going to start to play a factor as Feria dangles his way in. Couldn't get around the last guy in Cashman. Back out to Peters, looking to take it deflected wide. Pops up in the air behind the net. A stumble by Cashman. Brouillard, nobody home. Vernon the closest one to it. Valarelli trying to get a step. Here comes Drew Nadeau to help out. Held in by Peters. Could be a counter the other way. Played over the middle. It's offside at the line. Much to the chagrin of the Tigers fans and players. And a shove on the side. Drew Nadeau nudging Matt Almeida. Faceoff will be just outside of the zone. 7:02 to go in the second period. Falls to the Tigers, right side. Bloom holding behind the net. Bloom will just backhand it around, looking for something. There's Simmons against Peters. Simmons able to play to himself off of his skate. Feria looked like he had an angle, but instead it's Peters taking control of it. Up to Jacoby Brouillard into the zone. Brouillard trying to go by LaChance. We'll circle around him for the moment. Sticks being raised. Vernon pops it up. Vernon, backhand, can't connect. LaChance spinning his way. Penalty is coming up again. As the Tigers send it down the ice. There's the touch by Souza. Looks like we're going 4-on-4 for another 25. Lots of penalties in this game so far as Vernon heads to the box. Nadeau against Almeida on the draw. Almeida wins it. Leach can't get it out. Nadeau will send it back. Peters waits for his man in Brouillard. Yeah, RJ Leach telling Gavin Peters to ice it, but they're 4-on-4. The faceoff's going to be over here. All of a sudden, Peters wants a burst of steam himself as he's going to dump it in. LaChance trying to get it around, hauls down a man. LaChance, cross ice. Here's Nadeau. Man advantage for the Tigers for 1:22. Simmons looking for something. What a save by Souza as Valarelli tipped it on frame. Nice deke move in the middle. LaChance stepping up. Braden LaChance put it wide. Might have gotten off of Peters. Bloom holds it in. Looks for Nadeau. Nadeau circles his way looking for space. Shot, save, rebound, wouldn't go. Follow-up chance, slap shot, scores! Braden LaChance puts Taunton in front 2-1. 9:48, the time of the goal for the senior defender. Second goal of the season for him. A power play goal. And Taunton has their lead back. Officials talking with Taunton head coach Chris Mattia. And nonetheless, they're going to drop the puck right at center ice. Here's Nato on another rush, leaves it right side, shot put wide by Simmons. Valarelli tried to leave it, and this might be a breakaway. Here comes Caleb Faria. The D can't get it. Great stick work. Now it's too far up the ice, an open ice hit. We got another penalty coming up. It's going against the co-op. Big opportunity now for Taunton to try to double their lead, as we have another tie-up on the draw. LaChance couldn't hold it in. Just didn't hear the whistle right away as it's sent down the ice. Here's Bloom getting to it first in front of Gauthier. Circles his way and leaves it. Look at the speed here. Valarelli blocked. Valarelli will get it back out, but it squirts out of the zone. LaChance couldn't hold it in. Costa will apply minimal pressure. Nice move in the middle. LaChance stepping in on the left side. LaChance got by Leach. LaChance across, not there. Leach will get it clear. Here's Valarelli again, gets by one. Still controlling with it. Valarelli leaves it for the trailer. Simmons saved by Souza. Mendes wins the face-off. Shot attempt is blocked by Almeida. Simmons retreats back to hold it in. Looks to leave it short. Here's Mendes. Back to the line. LaChance wide. Follow-up backhand, not going to go. Nato looking to get it back out. There it is to LaChance. Popped up in the air and not sent down. Follow-up Nato. Shot blocked again. Simmons behind the net in front. Nobody home. It's going to go down the ice. Drew Nato, the Nato's big hockey family. Here's Bloom, looks to get it. Down low, it's Mendes. Mendes in front, saves Souza. Simmons wraparound, nobody's there. Peters will get it down. Penalty's over. Vernon comes out of the box, makes the move, save Pellerin. Reaching behind him. It does not look like across the line though. Face off on the left side of Pellerin. The co-op wins it. Shot is blocked. Here comes the follow-up by Mello. It's put wide. Brouillard now trying to pick it up. Cashman in a battle. Found the stick of Smith. Now Johnson gets it away. Braden Smith off the stick of Vernon. Cut off in the middle. Almeida looks to get it away on the right side. Backhand goes in deep by Brouillard. Camara can't catch up to it. Comes out of the zone again. Here's Mello. We'll send it down. Smith for Valarelli. Played it nicely. Here's Doherty, leaves it. Valarelli, saved by Souza. Smith trying to get it in front. Almost looked like a hold there. Doherty helping free that puck. Smith, a bad read. Might have mishit it. Brouillard sends it up the ice. Here is Cashman. Tape to tape. Now it's Jamie Valarelli. Valarelli saved by Souza. He covers it up. Another face-off coming up over here. "24 viewers watching at home. Thank you to everybody tuning in to the live stream tonight. Honored that this is my 5th Prenda Cup final that I've been able to do play-by-play for. 6 as a member of a broadcast team. And I gotta say, it does feel weird not seeing Somerset Berkeley in it. They made it all the other years. It finds Simmons, who leaves it for Valarelli. Starting in on the right side, scores! Jamie Valarelli doubles the Tiger lead. He was their best player last year, 20 goals, 25 assists, and he's on the board in a Prenda Cup final. That's Johnson getting a step on Gauthier. Gauthier almost got it back. Peters will control. Nice hit by Simmons. Comes out to the line. Costa has some space, but it's blocked down. And here comes another rush up on the left side. A nice deke move. Nato couldn't get forward with it. Peters will send it away. Not out of the zone. Walking in Cashman, looking for Simmons. In front, here it comes. Johnson, save. Rebound still tied up, and it's covered up. And Gauthier gets an extra nudge on Simmons. It's the two captains on the face-off. Almeida wins it, and now it's Leach. Nice cross-ice pass. Here's Jacoby Brouillard. Brouillard still running in into the middle, not there. Leach away to the left for Peters. Peters off the boards, gloved down by Simmons. Finds it against Peters. Nato, nobody home. 16 seconds. That's Ty Nato, number 16 with it. They'll send it back around. Brouillard trying to get it up the ice. Hauled down right along the side. 5 seconds. Peters just gonna run it out. All right, we're gonna go into the third period. Taunton in front of the co-op, 3-1. Live stream audience, we're going to take another break. We'll be back for the third period in 10 minutes. Tape delay audience, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back right after this. All right, everyone, we're back at the Driscoll Arena, about ready to start the third and final period of tonight's coverage of the 2025 Prenda Cup Championship game. The Taunton Tigers are in front of the Diman Durfee Westport co-op 3-1 with 15 minutes to go. That one co-op goal was scored by Jacoby Brouillard, which tied it up at 1 in the first period. The three Tiger goal scorers have been three different ones: Braden LaChance, Jamie Valarelli, and Logan Mendes. Final 15 underway, Taunton in white, the co-op in black. We have seen crazy comebacks before at the Prenda Cup Championship. We'll see if it can happen again tonight. Camara looking to backhand it, and we'll receive it again. Looks to play it over the middle. It's a nice pass over to the left side. Left in the middle, the fake shot, save Pellerin. Nice stationary save as Almeida got it on frame. Camara looking to get it back to Almeida. There it is, the backhand, a little bit behind Brouillard. Pops in the air, and it finds a skate at the blue line, but here comes Drew Nadeau, offside. We just want to remind our viewers who may be watching on the live stream, but also our tape delay viewers, whichever side wins tonight on your local feed, you will be seeing some post-game interviews and post-game celebration as well. So if your team wins the Prenda Cup tonight, don't go anywhere. We're going to have a lot of fun on the post-game, no matter who ends up winning tonight. Puck is dumped back in behind Pellerin's net. Bloom and Matos look to give it a chase. Bloom is hauled down. A penalty coming up against Jack Bouchard. Jack Bouchard, the junior forward, he had a goal and 2 assists last season. We'll head to the box. And now Taunton with a chance. They could potentially go up by 3 this next 2-minute sequence. Face off on the right side of Trent Souza. It finds Noah Bloom, gets it away. Braden LaChance retreats back, will send it down. Peters can't catch up to Simmons. Simmons holding, looks to shoot it, glove save. This time the co-op wins it with Gauthier winning it, but Taunton takes control of it right back. Simmons, pressured nicely by Peters. Nadeau now with it. In front, saved by Souza. Rebound walked out the other way, and they have an angle for the clear, and there it is. Here's Noah Bloom. Right side, got by Jesse Costa. Bloom the shot, out of the glove of Souza. He sent around the boards, almost held in by Valarelli, but it just squirts out. Valarelli able to get by Leach. Peters now picking it up. LaChance has it at the point. LaChance trying to get by Costa, trying to cut in the middle, got it away. Open man down the ice is Costa if he can glove it. Couldn't get to it in time with 2 Tigers on the pressure, LaChance and Valarelli. And here comes Valarelli, will send it in around. Simmons will leave it for LaChance to take it. LaChance makes one man miss. LaChance plays it behind. Nadeau. These guys have been out here the whole minute and a half. Backhand in front. Souza got a piece. Follow up. Valarelli off the post, no goal. Valarelli finds it again. Down low to Simmons. Wrap around. Souza's there at the near post. Simmons still in control. Will backhand it. Cut off by Peters, who leaves it, and it goes down the ice. That's it for the power play for the Tigers. LaChance still out there. 2+ minute shift for him. Can't get off the ice yet. Breakaway chance. Left side. Deacon score! Owen Vernon, 1-goal game. Three minutes, 20 seconds, the time of the goal for Owen Vernon, who didn't have a goal last season, has a second now of this year. And the Prenda Cup final is a 1-goal game again. Valarelli looking to glove it down. Nato was there at the line, trying to get it away right side. Simmons knocked off the puck by Vernon. Vernon got a step. It's going to fall for Tyler Camara behind the net. Johnson turned over. Camara looks to play it off the boards. Closest one to it is Almeida. At Almeida, looks for Brouillard. Not past Cashman. Mason Johnson walking in, shot, save Souza, rebound! Net off the line. And the puck ended up in the net. Doesn't look like it's gonna be a goal though. The backhand will go out of the zone, forcing a retreat back by Jason Cashman. Left side, Nato looking up. Simmons trying to find Valarelli, it's not there. But with the hustle, Valarelli is decked by Vernon. Vernon, what a read to get back to the puck, and an odd man rush the other way. Vernon cutting into the middle. Shot attempt goes wide, ends up behind, couldn't get it out in front was Brouillard. Camara off the side of the cage. Valarelli too far for Simmons. This will be an icing. Oh boy, you can hear the energy picking up. You can hear every time there's a rush the other way by the co-op that we know this thing is far from done. I'm telling you, this thing's not ending 3-2. Somebody's gonna get another one, whether that's an empty net later on or maybe an equalizing goal. This thing is far from over. Puck lofted off the netting by LaChance, and we'll redo the face-off over here. And I'll tell you though, Luke Pellerin, he's done an amazing job in goal. Right now, 12 saves on 14 shots, 30 out of 34 in this Prenda Cup tournament so far. Shot attempt blocked and gloved down by Ty Nato. Plays it to LaChance. Got the puck by Carrero. And here comes Mendes up the ice. He's already scored one. What a takedown. Oh my goodness. No arm is gonna go up. Played across to the left side. Another nice nudge off as you had Van Wilson trying to get forward. Almost popped in front. LaChance takes it behind the net. LaChance spins his way out of traffic and away from Bouchard. LaChance walking up the ice now on the left side, gonna dump it in on Souza. He'll stick it aside to keep the game going. Bouchard look to play it short. Matto sent it back in. The co-op back on it. 9.5 to go in this one. It's on Pellerin. LaChance can't get it away. Bouchard in the middle. Shot attempt sticked away by Ty Nato. Now it's Peters, fanned on the pass. He gets it past the red line. Doherty right back down to Peters. Feria working his way on that left side. Will look to send it around the boards. LaChance is there for the Tigers, looking to chop it up. Off of Costa. LaChance back behind the net. Missing it was Faria. Matos looking to send it up the ice. There's Xander Doherty. Doherty just going to chop it in. Looking to find the hustle of Jackson Dunderdale. In front, Matos had to go a little bit behind, and here comes Faria. Caleb Faria up the ice. Stick drag knocked away by Johnson. Bloom able to send it up. Here comes Jacob Matos. Right side. Saves Souza. He covers it up. Face off on the left side of Trent Souza. They're going to redo it. Almeida and Valarelli are the ones taking it. Pops in front. What a save by Souza. Cat quick reaction that time. Bloom will find Mason Johnson. Cutting into the middle. Slid down. Here comes Matt Almeida on the backhand into neutral ice. A race to the puck. Bloom gets to it first, right in front of Camara. Now it's Valarelli in front to Simmons. Scores! Braden Simmons, 4-2. Pereira's going to dump it in again for the Tigers. Matos gets to it first. It's too far for Pereira that time. Mendy's back. Pereira backhand. Couldn't connect with Matos. Peters away to Faria. Back to a 2-goal game. 7:45 to go in regulation. We went to overtime 2 years ago, and that involved a 2-goal comeback. Couple deflections. Matos cuts to the left. Gets it by Leach. Here's Gavin Peters. Up the ice on the right side. Blocked. Matos back in. Jesse Costa finds an angle. Costa walks into the zone. Cut into the middle. Has to go back to get it. Counter the other way, Logan Mendes trying to leave it for Jacob Matos, not there. Here's Bloom, off the boards, got it by Gauthier. Leach is gonna let Peters take it. Goes short to Costa. Costa off the boards. First one there is Johnson. Souza has it, and he's gonna have to cover. That's Cashman going low. Short angle shot saved. Looked like it might have been Simmons on the shot attempt. Right side chance, blockered away. Follow-up not on frame. Almeida had the original chance. Camara had the follow-up. Out to the point, saved again by Pellerin. Rebound controlled by Simmons, goes down the ice. It's going to be on frame, and Souza is going to have to cover that one. Here comes the counter. 5:50 to go. Type on the side, LaChance is gonna find it. That was Peters who lost it. Kamara can't hold it, and here comes Valarelli. Jamie Valarelli cuts into the middle. Valarelli save! Gets his own rebound. Gets it back out to the point. Here's Cashman. Feeds it to the left side. Here's Nato. Save, and it goes behind the net. Simmons looks to pick it up. Ends up on the other side. Penalty is coming up against Taunton. Here comes the rush in the middle. Fan shot. Pellerin with the cover. And this might be 2 penalties coming up on Taunton. That looked like a cross check against LaChance as Almeida went down. Let's see what the verdict is going to be from the Zebra judges. This could very well be 5-on-3. And look at this, that's going to be the case. 5-on-3 as 2 of their top players, LaChance and Simmons, are going to the box. What an opportunity now. Well, if you're the Cobb, you got to score at least 1 on this. Face-off won by the Co-op. Brouillard gets it out to the line. Receives it again. Jacoby Brouillard, stick dangle. Tried to get it down low. Faria. Now holding, had Vernon in front. Faria in the middle, one-timer, want to go. Backhand goes right through the crease. It's going to be held in at the point. Valarelli defends. It comes on over. Faria holds, moves, has options. In front, off a skate, follow-up shot, want to go. Looks like Pellerin might have gotten another save. Here's Owen Vernon, shoots it wide. It's going to come out. Everybody's got to tap up as Peters goes back to retrieve it. Played into the middle, sticked away. Nato with a big clearance. Coach Knapp keeping the big guns out there. 1 minute to go in the 5-on-3. Here comes another nice step-up backhand save. Pellerin, what a clearance by Nato again. Almeida got the shot. Three-quarters of a minute now on the 5-on-3. Here comes another rush behind the net. It's Faria. Faria hit by Nato. Faria receives it again into the middle. Shot, scores! Brouillard's got his second. It's a 1-goal game. .348 on the clock, still 33 seconds on the power play. Back to a 1-goal game. Vernon goes to get it. Has Kamara on his right. That's where he goes at the red line. Plays it into the middle. Costa sends down Valarelli. Cut back by Kamara, leaves it into the middle. Never got all the way through to Pellerin. The backhand reach, here's Costa. Lost it against Noah Bloom and it's sent down the ice. Souza has to stick it. Peters will control. Fanned on it, here's Valarelli taking over. Valarelli in the middle, shoots it, wouldn't go. It might have been blocked. It went off of Vernon, he's shaken up. Second try, want to go. How about a third one? It's saved by Souza. Off the boards, down the ice. LaChance gets it. It's dumped in deep behind Souza's net. Jesse Costa for Tyler Camara. Has some space. Camara couldn't get it by LaChance. LaChance trying the self pass. Glove down by Simmons. Simmons can't walk by RJ Leach. A turnover in the middle. Mendes never got the shot away. Back to neutral ice. It'll fall in the defensive zone to Braden LaChance. Off the boards. 2.5 to go. 1-goal game. Stick down. This is Cam Gauthier walking forward. It's off LaChance. LaChance just looking for a lane. Turnover. Gauthier in front. Save Pellerin. And a whistle and a stoppage as the net is off its pegs. Question might become now, when do you pull Trent Souza? He's inching his way towards the bench. Timeout is going to be called on the ice. 2:10 to go in regulation. Let's take a break. We'll be right back for the final 2:10. All right, we're back here in Fall River. 2:10 to go in what has been a championship game for the ages. Souza will stay in the net. Face off just outside of the Tiger defensive zone. And Matt Almeida wins it. Gets it away on the left side. Ferrier goes back. Can't connect with Almeida. It's going to find Drew Nato on the left side. Just looking to dump it in. Never connected with Simmons. Vernon with 2 minutes on the clock. Will hold it up behind the net. Walks out now on the right side. Souza started to inch his way forward just a little bit. Knocked down a little bit behind Valarelli. Here's Vernon. Off the boards. Now LaChance. Off a skate. Chance in front. Scores! We're tied at 4. Owen Vernon! And we're going to have a stoppage here. You can hear and see the referees are talking over with the Diman, Durfee, and Westport students that are all jumbled up in that student section. 13:22 is the time of the goal for the senior defender in his final Prenda Cup, his second of the game, third on the season. Next goal should win it now. I'm telling you, I thought 2023 Prenda Cup, you couldn't get better than that. And I don't know, this one's up there for the best of the best. Brouillard able to play it on back. 1.5 minutes to go from potentially an overtime. As it goes on the right side, it's onside. Being held is Almeida. Almeida holds it, gets it out in front, a little bit behind Camara. Camara finds it with the stick being lifted. Nato up the ice, gloved by Jamie Valarelli. Moves in on the right. Valarelli's shot saved by Souza. He covers up the rebound. Trent Souza unofficially up to 27 saves. Pellerin right now stands at 18. And it looks like we're going to have another timeout called here with 1 minute and 7 seconds to go. Brian and I are going to take another short break. We're going to be in for a finish for the ages. We'll be right back. All right, we're back at Driscoll Arena, out of the timeout. Face-off is going to be on the left side of Trent Souza. During that timeout, I was just talking with former Prenda Cup member, a member of Somerset Berkeley Ice Hockey, Braden Pimentel up here. He said this one's pretty close to that 2023 championship game. That's the last one that's gone to overtime. 1:07 away from seeing if it's going to happen again as Simmons gets to it. Simmons behind the net, wraps it around in front, scores! Scores! Valarelli with the minute to go, puts Taunton in front. Wow! Fourth goal of the tournament for Valarelli, his second of the night. Final minute, Taunton's up 1. Now you got to think about when you're going to pull Souza as LeChance sends it off the boards and down the ice. No icing here. Here's Gavin Peters behind the net. Peters, the cross-ice pass. It's too far for Varia. He did get a stick in there. And here comes Simmons with Nato. Simmons shoots and scores! Simmons is going to take home the Prenda Cup for Taunton at 6-4. Two goals in 26 seconds. That might be the cherry on top. Final few rushes here. It goes on to Pellerin. He covers for a face-off. Valarelli wins it, goes off to the left side to Mason Johnson. Johnson nudging Almeida. Faria will pick it up. Faria shoots it. It's high off the glass. Comes all the way around. Edge of the circle, blocked away. 10 seconds to go. Mason Johnson picks it up. We'll just send it down the ice. Simmons has it. Prenda's coming back to Taunton High School. The Taunton Tigers have won the Prenda Cup. Handshake line will go on. One of the greatest Prenda Cup finals in tournament history. And with that win, Chris Mattia, the Taunton High School hockey head coach, has become the all-time wins leader for the program at 134. We'll let the celebration trophy lift play on. We'll go to the internal mic for that. We'll be back for post-game in a little bit. Well, folks, there you have it. The Taunton Tigers, new additions to the tournament last year, won it all last year. Came back to go back-to-back. Jamie Valarelli with 1 minute put Taunton in front. Simmons iced it. They took home the Prenda Cup 6-4. We want to thank everybody who tuned in on the YouTube live stream. Got to give a big shout out to Brian Moniz, who stayed for 2 games today, in fact. He filmed the third place game between Somerset Berkeley and Apponequet. Live stream audience, and for our Fred TV sports audiences, that is it for us on our coverage. For our TCAM TV audiences, don't go anywhere because we are going to have a lot of fun on our post-game interviews. So don't go anywhere, and for everybody else, Keegan Hamblett signing off, and we will see you next time.